Good morning, everyone. Happy Easter and happy spring. It is good to have you with us this morning. My name is Gordon Ritchie. My pronouns are he, him. Karen Mills and I have the great pleasure of being the co-conductors of our church choir, Chorealis, and we are also your service leaders this morning. Our minister, Reverend Rosemary Morrison, is off today, and she'll be back with us next Sunday. As Unitarian Universalists, we are bound together, not by a common set of beliefs, but by our promise to support one another in our individual searches for truth and meaning, guided by our principles and drawing from many sources. Whatever you believe, whoever you love, however you identify, however you understand family, whatever your age, race, or ability, you are welcome here today. We invite you to join us in a journey of free thinking, spiritual questing, and justice making. I would like to extend a special welcome to anyone who's visiting with us this morning and invite you to stay with us after the service for coffee and conversation. I would also like to acknowledge and welcome all those who are with us online. It is good to be together. There are two announcements that I've been told of this morning. As Andrew is staying where he is, I'm actually going to start off just with a little reminder that next Sunday is our second Sunday of the month potluck, and there are sign-up sheets in the lobby. So we'll look forward for that next Sunday. Andrew.
Hi there, my name is Andrew Mills, he, him, and I'm doing the garage sale. So, canvas is done, I'm not going to talk about that again. But I'm doing the garage sale. So it is 4 weeks from now, and it is time to sign up for the garage sale. So there are lots of opportunities for people to sign up for the garage sale. The green on the top is when we're preparing. The red is the actual sale days. So it'd be great if you can sign up for a sale day or to help us prepare. And then at the end, this is truck day, John and John. This is the where we haul everything away day. So we'd really appreciate people to sign up and come and help us to do the garage sale. We've got lots of things to sort. We are sorting things now every Tuesday. And then the week before the garage sale, it's got to be all hands on deck. We've got a lot to do to get everything going. So if you can please sign up for the garage sale, I'd appreciate this. This will be posted in the lobby, and you can get going on it right after the service. Thanks.
Thanks, Andrew. We begin our gathering acknowledging that we are located on Treaty 6 territory. We respect the histories, languages, and cultures of First Nations, Métis, Inuit, and all First Peoples of Canada, whose presence continue to enrich our vibrant community. And now let us prepare our hearts and minds for worship. Let us let go, just for a time, of the everyday world. Let us quiet ourselves and our phones and any electronic devices that you may have with you this morning. And let us create a space in this hour to simply be together. In the spirit of love and life, we gather. Let's begin with a prelude by Chorealis.
Rising
Our opening words are by Evin, Carvill, Ziemer. If we lived in another climate, our souls might speak other languages. We might speak oasis or permafrost, dry season or monsoon, but our souls speak spring. Our souls speak green shoots pushing through last year's leaves. Our souls speak flower buds stretching to sun. Our souls speak mud puddles and bird nesting, damp earth and worm castings, tiny leaves and frog choruses. We speak spring because spring sings in us. We gather to nurture our faith in our own growing, our own courage to push through, our own blossoming in beauty, our own small part in the spring of this world. Come, let us worship. I've asked Lauren to light our chalice this morning. These words are written by Jennifer McGlothin. At the first hint of green begins to peek through the barren grand, as that little sprig grows into a healthy stem, as that stem grows into a stalk to form a bud, as that bud slowly opens with each new day to form a yellow daffodil. Let us be like that first hint of green, renewed by the warmth of the sun's rays, and ready to emerge with new energy, ready to face the day. We light this chalice to bring a glimmer of that warmth into our space. Thank you, Lauren. Our first hymn is a classic, not only for Easter Day, but also for spring. It's hymn number 61, Lo, the Earth Awakes Again. The text should be appearing on the screens of those who are on your computers at home, on the screen behind me. I invite you to rise as you are willing and able as we join in singing hymn number 61, Lo, the Earth Awakes Again. It is time to share our abundance. One of the purposes of our church community is to encourage all who gather here to grow more generous in spirit and action. In addition to supporting this community, We also make a monthly commitment beyond our wider community. One half of the unidentified cash received is given to an outside organization. We take an offering that allows us to exercise that all-important generosity of spirit, an offering that will support this self-supporting church and its many ministries. For the month of April, we are supporting Child Haven International. And as the offering is being collected, I would like to tell you a little bit about this organization. I know this is an organization that has a very special place in the hearts of many of our congregational members. Inspired by the philosophies and ideas of Mahatma Gandhi, Child Haven International is a registered not-for-profit organization founded in 1985. They assist children and women in developing countries who are in need of food, education, health care, shelter, clothing, emotional and moral support. I was wandering through their website a couple days ago, and they have so many really interesting little projects. I want to tell you about two of them very briefly. A brick wall is currently being built around the perimeter of their 4-acre property. By making their own bricks, the cost is reduced by half. Local staff is building the wall. Because of drought, there are severe water problems in this area. The huge well on the property often goes dry. On the advice of water experts, the well is being drilled sideways in 3 directions, resulting in more water flow. There are other very clever things that this organization is doing to help support their community. For those online, I would invite you to visit the Child Haven website to make a donation. And so we thank you for your generosity of spirit and action through all that we do here in this community and the wider world. We are involved in the important spiritual work of creation and compassion. As I receive the offering, let us join in singing "From You I Receive." Our next reading is entitled, "What Gives Us Life?" It's written. And gorgeous with some things we can count on. It has seasons of struggle and seasons of delight, and sometimes the two blow and bloom simultaneously. Like now, maybe always. And here we are together. All of us from different corners of the world and different families here. Breathing together, questing together, holding each other through it all, laughing and singing in the face of it. If there is a journey to liberation, if there is a way to live resurrection, I think it is like this. May what holds us in bondage to death or loss or sadness or hurt or literal heartbreaking limits be released. And what gives us life, hope, joy, rebirth, feel invited to claim us, and may we claim it. Sinking our roots deep into what grounds us, reaching towards the sun. Flowering into this season, all of whose traditions witness to life more abundant, claiming us after a season of loss and winter struggles of heart and mind and spirit. And may we open our hearts to the abundance of creation that surrounds and sustains us. Amen. I believe that one way that we can do this is to take time in life. Each Sunday, as many churches of our tradition around the world take time to acknowledge all the many things that are going on within our lives, not only our own personal lives, but the lives of those around us, those we know, those we don't know as well. For those of you who are online, I invite you to write your thoughts into the chat. For those of you here in the sanctuary, we have our candles over on my left. If you'd like to light a candle, I invite you to come around to the side to take your candle and light it from the chalice if you wish, and then proceed to the center. But before we begin, I'd like to offer you some words written by, excuse me, a very dear friend of mine, lives in Ontario with his partner. I am so incredibly proud of his journey. And this last Friday, he made a following post, and I'd like to share with you what he had written. These are David's words. Easter is a story of resurrection, of life rising from what was buried, of love that refuses to stay hidden, of hope that survives even in the darkest moments. That story is mine too. If you'd like to light a candle, I invite you forward now. These tiny candles represent community. Each tiny flame has a story. It has joy, it has sorrow, it has concern. May we look upon them and feel that warmth of community. May we know that we are never alone. Blessed be. We have another hymn coming up. It's hymn number 207, found in the hardcover hymn book, Earth Was Given. I invite you to rise in body and spirit as we join in singing hymn number 207.
Good morning. My name's Karen. She and her. Have you had a chance to get outside in the last couple of days? There's something in the air right now, although the last couple of days you never know what that's going to be. Snow, rain, sunshine. But to me, it signals that we are officially in that glorious window when Edmonton turns from shades of bleak to shades of hope. The natural world is practically shouting about possibility. We see it in the tiny buds that are on the trees and those first green shoots that are just appearing. I've already got poppy leaves about this high on the south side of my house. And nature just doesn't suggest possibility, it insists on it. And I've come to realize that I have a geography of possibility, too, that takes me through every season. There are certain places, the moment that I walk through the door, whisper about who I could be. For instance, I cannot walk into a drugstore without feeling the surge of possibility. All those lotions and potions and cosmetics, those are tiny bottles of a brand new me. I look at a face cream and think, with this, I could look like I've slept a decade and drank nothing but organic green kale juice. or Lee Valley Tools. I walk in there, I see a set of high carbon steel chisels, and no longer am I a person who hates measuring and can't draw a straight line even with a ruler. In my mind's eye, I am a master carver. I'm a skilled woodworker who smells faintly of cedar and knows exactly what dovetail joinery means. But nowhere evokes the sense of potential in me like a greenhouse. You walk in and it is stuffed with life. Plants longing to burst forth from their containers, practically tapping their roots on the plastic to get out. And the array of combinations that I can imagine, it's just dizzying. So, put the tall, strong fronds with those delicate little trailing leaves. Or start with the spring, small, tiny dewdrops, and then go to those dinner plate-sized dahlias in the fall. It's glorious. It's like a riot of possibility. And speaking of that, I brought some landscaping and gardening magazines I put in the back foyer. It's part of the garage sale cleanout, but if you want to just take them home with you tonight, that's fine. But it also got me thinking that there's a catch to all this beautiful potential. Because the other thing that I've come to realize is that a greenhouse full of seedlings is wonderful, but if I just leave them on my deck, it becomes a chore. Or worse yet, they just wither and die. They don't become a garden. Potential doesn't truly become a joy until we put in the work to turn it into reality. I was reminded of a quote by Thomas Edison I saw a couple days ago, and it says, "Opportunity is missed by most people because it's dressed in overalls and looks like work." And I think that's true. Opportunity or possibility, call it what you want, it's the spark. But the reality is that it's the wood that we have to chop to keep the fire going. That work is where the transformation actually happens. And that work is often messy. We often talk about embracing possibility as though it's like hugging a light, soft pillow, but often it feels more like hugging a cactus. It's prickly, it's uncertain, and there's a high likelihood that we might get poked. But to embrace possibility is to stand in between that gap of what is and what could be. And it requires courage, not the kind of, dragon slaying courage, but I'm going to try this new hobby even though I think I'm really going to suck at it kind of courage. We always need to remember that embracing possibility isn't about guaranteed success. It's about the vitality that we feel when we allow the world to be bigger than our fears. When we allow ourselves to step out of our comfort zone and try something new. Most of us live by a script. We have our routines, we have our "I'm not the kind of person who" list of things, and we have our comfortable ruts. But think about the possibility when you go off that script. Think about the possibility of a new friendship if you strike up a conversation with somebody in the coffee line. Think about the possibility of forgiveness if you choose to let go of a grudge that's starting to feel like a really heavy backpack. Think of the possibility of change within our own community here at UCE. We're currently in the process of updating our strategic plan, and let me tell you, our greenhouse is packed to overflowing with great ideas and energy. If you haven't looked at the results from the February conversations and the survey yet, I really encourage you to do so. They're on the website and the link is in the newsletter. Your hopes and your visions and your ideas for this community are vibrating with inspiration. They're so exciting. And now, as a community, we've reached that overalls stage where we actually have to put the work in. And it's that exciting and maybe sometimes daunting time of deciding which of all those ideas that are swirling amongst us we're going to plant and water and nurture and help to grow. It's us shifting from "we could" to "we will." So it's an exciting time to be part of this garden and part of the gardeners tending it. And as we move toward embracing possibilities, may we not only dream of the brand new us, but may we have the humor to fail, the warmth to support one another in our trying, and the heart to stay open to everything that is still becoming. And may we also find joy in the dirt under our fingernails as we build our future together. Blessed be. I'm going to invite you into a time of meditation. We're going to have a song from Chorealis first, then a reading, and then a time of silence. Words for meditation are What Can We Learn from Spring's Power by Kathy Rion Starr. As you listen to these words, I invite you to sit back comfortably in your chair, let the back support it, have your feet grounded on the floor. Take slow, deep breaths, and if you're comfortable, either close your eyes or unfocus your gaze. Spirit of spring and new life, spirit of decay and death, we turn to your wisdom and strength as we seek to live lives of meaning and love. The cycle of life is powerful. Everything that lives dies, and everything that dies has lived. There is no escaping this cycle. What, then, can we learn from its power? The leaves that we put away in the fall are now compost, fertilizing the soil as we prepare to till the garden for this year's plantings. That harbinger of spring, the crocus, brings such delight and lasts but for a moment. Then it's gone, making way for the abundance of green and color that spring will bring. When one who was beloved dies and we cry, we mourn, we lament, and we carry them in our hearts, seeking to live as they inspired us to live. As a child grows, we marvel at their unfolding into their true self. These lives we live hold so much beauty and so much pain. And we, like each of our ancestors across the millennia, seek to live them fully. We seek love. We seek to appreciate beauty. We seek solace and healing. We seek to hold fast to the core goodness of this world and to amplify its abundance. We seek one another, for no one can do this alone. Now, in the company of many, let us enter a time of silence. May this silence be a time to honor that which your heart seeks. I invite you to bring your attention back to this room. We'll bring our lighting back up and sing hymn number 21, For the Beauty. Our next reading is by Kimberly Ann Tomchuk Carlson, and it's called Emergence. I think anybody who maybe has ever gone to elementary school might recall this. The words "witness butterfly metamorphosis" leapt off the educational catalog into my imagination in April. We had begun homeschooling, and I impulsively decided we should get a butterfly garden. It was the end of a long winter. Our house felt small as 3 of us occupied it 24 hours a day. My partner was not so thrilled about adding caterpillars to our household. "You want to raise insects?" I replied it would be educational and there would be butterflies. I wanted to watch something grow, become something new, and then be joyfully released. I needed a reminder of the predictable life cycles. I was convinced my child needed this too. One of the great joys of having children in your life is witnessing them explore their intention of becoming. And the world is wide open to them, and everything is possible. As we get older, our unfolding is not always visible or recognized. Perhaps becoming is just more internal during adulthood. Anyway, how hard could it be to raise butterflies? Each night, we would place the butterfly garden angled just so in the window to catch the morning light, because it turned out that becoming a butterfly required sunlight. We did get to witness the metamorphosis. Sometimes it was really gross. Chrysalis can be gooey. Once it was almost tragic as the cat's fascination took flight and the chrysalis got knocked around. And that experience was filled with unexpected drama and fear of failure, yet ultimately magical and absolutely worth it. The daily shared experience of observing that transformation was salve for our nature-loving souls. Each chrysalis that hatched felt like a miracle. Emergence, becoming, is inherent in each of us. Often we forget how miraculous we are. The sheer improbability of our existence escapes us, and we need butterfly garden shapes to remind us. Thank goodness there are small miracles surrounding all of us every day. Let us sing number 163, For the Earth Forever Turning. You can sit. As I read our closing words, I'm going to invite Lauren to come extinguish our chalice. These are by Reverend Tan D. Rogers. May possibility take root where certainty once stood. May curiosity lead the way. May you loosen your grip, open your hands, and find that something unexpected is already unfolding. Thank you. Chorealis has a prelude for you, and then we will sing our Carry the Flame with the postlude, sorry. If you'd like to clap along, you can. If you'd like to sing along, you can. I think you'll pick it up fairly quickly.
You shall indeed go out.